Here's a few thoughts. Jesus said that we ought always to pray and not faint. That's found in Luke chapter 18, verse 1. And later in the same passage, he said something quite disturbing. When the Son of Man cometh, he said, shall he find faith on the earth? Fainting in prayer is a result of loss of faith. And there's two ways to rectify the loss. First, stop listening to the negative media. It drains faith. Put in negativity and the spirit suffers. We begin to believe the fearful predictions that not only leave God out of the picture, but often even hard science. And we begin to dread looking at the morning's headlines and the next descent into immorality. We've even stopped saying it can't get any worse, because we know from experience that it can get worse, and it probably will. We become filled with fears, and fear is the opposite of faith. We could adapt Jesus' words, will he find faith on the earth, to he will find oceans of fear on the earth instead of faith. We truly need a touch of Jesus before we scan the news, and our scanning must be carefully limited to the least possible. That's the first thing. Now, secondly, I need to pray as though the world depended on me and my prayer, as though heaven has been awaiting for my voice. Every Christian should see themselves as the tipping point, so to speak, of the entire future, the straw that breaks the deadlock. Now, this isn't a ridiculous exaggeration of our potential, because you know God has put infinity within every heart, and faith in Jesus releases that infinity when we pray. Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 11. Heaven is listening for my prayer. If I don't see the result of that prayer in the immediate future, then I can remind myself that God often stores up prayer to be released at a later date. He did so in the book of Revelation, chapter 5, verse 8. Jesus saw the dangers to prayer in the last days, and he linked it to a lack of faith. And faith is being drained by fear, and fear comes from the daily news. Limit your news intake, and when you pray, believe not only that God hears your prayer, but that your prayer is the one he's been waiting for. And leave the rest to him. If he chooses to store it for a later date, well, that's fine. He knows best. You know, if we do things right, when he comes, he will find faith on the earth.